The 2025 Porsche Macan. We have two new trim levels here, a base and a 4S. So in total, we have four trims: the base, the 4, the 4S, and the turbo at the top. So let's get started and let's talk about these details, starting with the new base rear-wheel drive Macan E. This particular SUV is going to weigh 243 pounds less than the Macan 4, and it's going to make 335 horsepower. However, when you do launch control and the overboost power kicks in, the base model is going to produce 355 horsepower and 415 pounds-feet of torque, and it will do 0 to 60 in 5.4 seconds. Sadly, they have not disclosed the range, but Porsche does claim that when you have these vehicles hooked up to a DC fast charger, it can charge up to 270 kilowatts, and it can go from 10 to 80% charge in around 21 minutes when utilizing that fast charger. In this new base model, it's going to start at $75,300, but you have to make sure to add back in $1,995 for destination. But in general, this new base model is going to be a little over $3,000 cheaper than the Macan 4. Now we also have a 4S, which comes with 442 horsepower, but once again, when you enable launch control, it can do 509 horsepower and 578 pounds-feet of torque, and the 4S will accelerate from 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds. The 4S is going to start at $84,900. Once again, add back in almost $2,000 for the destination. And Porsche is also offering a new off-road design package, which will give you a new front bumper with differing geometry that increases the approach angle to up to 17.5 degrees depending on the model. And when in combination with the standard adaptive air suspension, the off-road design pack will increase the ground clearance in the normal setting by 10 millimeters to 7.6 inches. And it's going to top out at 8.8 inches at its highest setting. And we have a new color known as Slate Gray Neo for every trim level of the Macan. And regarding the interior space, Porsche is giving us, for the instrument cluster, a 12.6-inch curved display, and there's also a 10.9-inch passenger display as well. And we have features like a heads-up display with augmented reality technology, ambient lighting, etc. Interior does look pretty clean and sleek. I mean, it is kind of on the generic side, of course, and personally, I'm not a huge fan of the passenger side screens. It's kind of a gimmick in my opinion, but regardless, it's there, and I do appreciate some of the physical buttons and switches towards the bottom there. Anyway, these SUVs, they are available to order right now, and they will begin delivery in Q4 of this year. But yeah, out of all of these SUVs in the lineup, I would personally just stick with the Macan 4. I think that's going to be your best value proposition for range and decent power. The turbo is overkill. It's got like 630 horsepower. But hopefully this is like all the other EVs where we don't have to worry too much about the MSRP price, and hopefully these things, they just lease out really well with good discounts, good incentives, right? I've noticed on the Lease Hacker forum, there were some brokers, they were advertising certified pre-owned Porsche leases. It was only for like a year, and on some of the models, the payments are pretty reasonable, but there are no calculators, and I have no way of finding the interest rate for certified pre-owned Porsche leases. I would like to have access to that information before leasing anything. But anyway, yeah, this Macan EV, this could end up being like the most affordable entry point into the Porsche brand. If it truly does lease out well, it could even serve as a good little fodder vehicle that you just buy to help promote your chances of getting other more desirable Porsches like 911s or GT cars, something like that. Just an extra little family vehicle that you purchase or lease and you have in the corner just to build that brand rapport, because that's how these companies seem to be operating now. So yeah, I would be curious to see the lease numbers on this. But since you made it this far into the video, if you are interested in saving money on the gas model Macan and the Porsche Cayenne, you can reach out to AutoCompanion, who is a broker, and he is one of the largest brokers in the United States. He was not the one advertising the CPO deals, although I'm sure he has them as well. Regardless, on a new 2024 Macan, he is advertising 11.5% off MSRP. And on the base model Cayenne and the base model Cayenne Coupe, he is offering 10% off MSRP. So those are some pretty substantial savings right there. And he also has a free leasing calculator, which I will have linked in the description box of this video. This is a very powerful tool because it shows you the interest rate of a lease, the residual values, and the incentives that you can qualify for in your local area. And sadly, this calculator, it doesn't show like the certified pre-owned Porsche lease numbers, but regardless, it's great for new cars. And if you want to take advantage of these discounts, AutoCompanion is located in Washington, D.C. However, he is able to ship nationwide, but shipping is something you have to pay extra for, and he does charge a broker fee to access these amazing deals. But if you sign up with my affiliate link in the description box of this video, he will take some money off of his broker fee. So hopefully you appreciate that knowledge and this information and these resources. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you again for watching. Take care and goodbye.